We want to turn to overseas tonight, and the other big story we're following, North Korea's show of force failing in spectacular fashion. Tonight, some asking if U.S. hackers disrupted their missile test. That missile exploding seconds after launch with the world watching. Vice President Mike Pence arriving in South Korea just hours later, calling the test a provocation. A U.S. carrier group making its way to the Korean peninsula. President Trump making a show of force of his own. The president's national security advisor warning the U.S. will take action if necessary. Is a North Korean nuclear test still in the works? ABC's chief global correspondent Martha Raddatz in Seoul tonight.
U.S. commanders say the ballistic missile, a medium-range missile, blew up almost immediately after launch. The failed ballistic missile test came as Vice President Pence was on his way to Seoul. After landing, the vice president responding before U.S. forces.
This morning's provocation from the North is just the latest reminder of the risks each one of you face every day.
And tonight, that intriguing question. Could a U.S. cyber attack have brought down the North Korean missile? Something a former British cabinet minister spoke about today.
There's a very strong belief that the Americans, through cyber methods, have been successful on several occasions in interrupting these sort of tests and making them fail.
But no proof and no comment about those reports tonight from the White House. But today, President Trump's national security advisor, Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster, told me he's confident in President Trump's strategy for dealing with North Korea.
This problem is coming to a head, and so it's time for us to undertake all actions we can, short of a military option, to try to resolve this peacefully.
That problem includes the looming threat of North Korea's 6th nuclear test and those new missiles displayed over the weekend. The concern, North Korea is getting closer to being able to reach the continental United States with the missile. But if North Korea pulls the trigger, this could be target number one. Osan Air Base, just 48 miles from North Korea.
What we do here specifically is we are trained day in, day out to be fight tonight ready, as we say.
F-16s on constant patrol, anti-missile batteries primed and ready. We got an exclusive tour. Major Sean Walsh, an F-16 pilot, up in the skies training at least 3 times a week within miles of the North Korean border.
When you look underneath your night vision goggles, you can see lights as far as you can see. It almost looks like daylight. And then you look out the other side of your cockpit, and it is just darkness.
While the failed missile launch was humiliating for Kim Jong-un, U.S. officials have no doubt he will try again to perfect a long-range missile with a nuclear warhead capable of reaching the United States. Tom?
And our troops saying they are fight tonight ready. All right, Martha Raddatz from Seoul, South Korea. For more on this now, let's bring in Steve Ganyard, one of our ABC News consultants. Steve, 2 questions. First, was the missile failure a complete waste of resources? And do you think Kim Jong-un will still try that nuclear test?
It wasn't a complete waste, Tom, because what they're going to do is they're going to figure out what went wrong, and they're going to go back, test and test until they get it right. But now all the attention focuses to this potential underground nuclear test and how that gets conducted. So intelligence analysts have been watching the underground mountain complex very closely to determine if that's ready to go. They've declared it primed, ready to go, so it could be a test any minute. And even though the administration today said that the North Koreans would face serious consequences if they were to do so.
All right, Stephen Ganyard for us tonight. Steve, thanks so much.